When you hear the name Dormammu, you might think of fire, shadow, and the ruler of a dark dimension. When it comes to magical power in the Marvel Universe, Dormammu's name is often spoken in the same breath as Doctor Strange, but not as an equal. So just how powerful is Dormammu compared to Doctor Strange? Let's break it down. Start with the basics. Dormammu is not human. He isn't even mortal. He's a Fultonan, extra-dimensional being born of pure mystical energy. Over time, Dormammu outgrew even the power of his own kind, exiling himself and his equally ambitious sister, Umar, to a place he would claim as his own. That place is known as the Dark Dimension, a realm of perpetual chaos and shifting magical laws, where Dormammu rules with iron will and unfathomable sorcery. Dr. Stephen Strange, by contrast, is very much human, extraordinarily talented, yes, but confined to a physical form. Through study, discipline, and a fair bit of willpower, Stephen ascends from arrogant surgeon to Sorcerer Supreme, becoming Earth's foremost magical protector. But even as Sorcerer Supreme, Strange's power is drawn from knowledge artifacts and the goodwill of greater beings beyond himself. Dormammu, on the other hand, simply is power. Let's get specific. Canonically, Dormammu's abilities make most mystical foes look like candle flames beside a raging inferno. He commands legions of mindless ones, manipulates realms, and bends cosmic energies on a universal scale. He wields nearly limitless magical energies, so much so that the mere outskirts of his power have fueled entire events in the Marvel Universe. On several occasions, Dormammu has threatened to absorb or overwrite entire universes just to increase his domain. Doctor Strange, even at his best, relies on spells. Artifacts like the Eye of Agamotto, or the Cloak of Levitation, and the occasional borrowed assistance of powerful entities. He's clever infinitesimally, so compared to most mere mortals, but his arsenal comes with limits. Both metaphysical and moral, Strange protects reality. Dormammu seeks to consume and remake it in his image. When these two clash, the result is often less of a duel and more of a high-stakes chess match. Dormammu, restrained by ancient pacts or Lucian rules of engagement, rarely unleashes his true might within Earth's dimension. Magic on Earth is bounded, reality tightly regulated, so every encounter with Strange tends to be on a playing field that favors the defender. It's worth remembering, though, that if Dormammu were to manifest in full, unchecked by the rules of the universe or the wards protecting Earth, there would be little contest. In fact, in most direct confrontations, Strange's victories are Pyrrhic at best. He typically succeeds not by overpowering Dormammu, but by unleashing wit, artifacts, or leveraging Dormammu's arrogance against him. There's the time when Doctor Strange invoked the Vishanti to match Dormammu's strength, essentially borrowing cosmic authority to even the odds, but only by borrowing, because Strange's own raw power is nowhere near Dormammu's. And then as the famous encounter where Strange outsmarts Dormammu by tricking him into making an unbreakable promise to leave Earth alone for a year, saving the world with words, not fists. Even these moments, though, underscore the difference in their natures. Dormammu is a being who could, theoretically, simply snap his will and unmake a city, a continent, perhaps even an entire cosmos if the restrictions holding him back were removed. Doctor Strange, on the other hand, relies on those very restrictions. He is a master of navigating magical law, voiding direct confrontation when he must, and using magical ethics and rules to his advantage. In terms of raw, unmitigated mystical might, Dormammu utterly eclipses Doctor Strange. Strange may possess the title of Sorcerer Supreme, but Dormammu is a god in all but name, a primordial force, indifferent to mortal life. Strange's victories are testament to cunning resilience and the constraints that make magic such a volatile, dangerous force. In short, if Doctor Strange stands as the clever guardian trying to keep the door shut, Dormammu is the storm forever beating at that door, far stronger, far older, and potentially unstoppable when unrestrained. The true power gap between them is not just wide, which is the very thing that makes their rivalry so compelling. The protector versus the destroyer, the mortal against the immortal. And that, in the end, is what makes every battle between them so dramatic. Because when even the slightest crack appears in reality's defenses, Dormammu is always there, Ready to remind the universe just how small its greatest sorcerers really are?